This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. Let's talk about the open for New York. I will remind you, with all of the disclaimers possible, this is not intended for live trading. This is a delayed stream. So if you're live trading off of this, guys, you're way behind the 8 ball, period. Educational purposes only. Let's talk about Tesla, talk about NVDA, talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about Ethereum. We'll go through the details in terms of the challenge currently. Why don't we start off with Bitcoin? Bitcoin has been the mainstay, although it's the New York Open, so it looks like the action is actually going on with NVIDIA right now. Let's talk about an open on NVIDIA very quickly, then we will digress over into Bitcoin. I hate to say digress, it's our mainstay, and then of course Ethereum. Looking at the top side daily band, that specific Bollinger Band was the hit yesterday, and it traded on NVIDIA. That's going to be the level in play. I would parlay that in with your 4-hourly levels of interest. In terms of the specifics that we would look at, our capital control line is currently in process on NVIDIA on the 4-hourly. That level, we'd like to see it hold. We will go ahead and add in some additional Fibonacci's in addition to our fire and ice, and just say that as a matter of fact, the 461.22, let's mark it, bam. I want to get a notification. If we can hit that pick up level, I want to get notified. I want to get a phone call, so bam. Into that low to high, 23.6, retracement. If we can't hold, if bulls cannot hold this current level, it's a high order. I'm going to say it's a high order in terms of maintaining that breakout potential up and over for NVIDIA. Where was the entry? Down at, guys, down at the specific capital control line flip and up and out over the specific, let's look at this level of resistance. So taking a look at that maximized 5-6% move, nothing hugely consequential other than the fact that we bring in, let's say, the specific topside band hit. Why do we look at equities? Well, we bring in that top band hit into Bitcoin. Top band hit did play yesterday. So you see how the equities and this specific level of volatility on the market open can provide us with some real opportunity to engage in practicum for our Bitcoin trades. Guys, it's Bitcoin Spike. You know that. So this is our mainstay. We will look at equities. We'll look at any chart in any book or any market that's moving that's going to be highly relevant if we can, guys, achieve that relevance, particularly that correlation that we had yesterday from NVIDIA to Bitcoin. Looking at that top side band, boom, did trade to the downside. Now, what reinforced, let me see if I can take this out, power bands in the house. Let me take these out. Let me hide these real quickly. Looking at the reinforcement nearly at the capital control line. What is the capital control line on a daily for Bitcoin? Well, it is the RSI stochastic and MACD. I want to know, is NVIDIA literally going through the same feature? And look at the NVIDIA capital control line here, much lower on that daily, and NVIDIA is trajecting up from that specific from the specific 4-hourly. So we see a differentiation there. Okay, we see a muted, let's say just a muted level on let's go to the 4-hourly on Bitcoin. How would we distinguish this? It's a good challenge. Looking at the specific 4-hourly, and I want to add back in my capital control line. These are good moments here. Let's look at this capital control line. You'll see that on Bitcoin, we're currently operating as a level of resistance underneath our capital control line. What is capital control? Okay, it's a dynamic that is calculated with a kernel calculative that is expressive of RSI, stochastic, and MACD. That's it. So when you look at a capital control line, it is a kernel calculative of RSI, stochastic, and MACD as measured through z-scores or volatility. If it's too confusing, I would recommend that you stick with the basic patterns and charts, but we find this extraordinarily relevant. Looking at these levels of engagement, extraordinarily relevant, okay? Nice moves by Bitcoin exactly on that 4-hourly. So you'll note that we're tucked down and under with a challenge for the bulls to get back up and over that capital control line on the 4-hourly. Highly particular, sophisticated information delivered literally to maximize our own, guys, I'll just say our own results in the market. That's just a VIP all the way. Hope you guys are doing well this morning. If you're tagging along and getting used to the market dynamics, you've got a long way to go, and I salute you for that. Go ahead and get John J. Murphy, Technical Analysis of the Financial Markets, published by the New York Institute of Finance. New York Institute of Finance, where Wall Street goes to school, okay? Go ahead and get Tom Bolkowski, Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns. Get the right materials in front of you, and if you're dismissive of the right materials being in front of you, then guys, march on, go on. Not that this is the only way, but it is the best that we can determine it is the right way. So taking a look at the need for Bitcoin to establish and maintain up and over the weekly top band, critically important. You notice the distinction now between, as we look at the interplay between NVIDIA and Bitcoin. It's relevant to us because we want Bitcoin to outperform NVIDIA. That's our goal, guys, as we focus on Bitcoin. Taking a look at Tesla, I want to bring to your attention something that's nice. You've heard of CME gaps, etc. I want you to go to your, if you have any equity charts up, just to familiarize yourself with the concept. You can add gaps. GAPS is an updated, looks like updated technical that's provided by TradingView, and it'll actually show you the gaps to be filled, okay, the gaps to be filled on a chart, on an equity chart. So this is important as we see the specific gap. The CME gap is going to differentiate itself. It's going to differ on Bitcoin, right? But seeing this in play, it's like, okay, that's something else for us to turn another page in another book and to explore in terms of your education in the market. We look forward to continuing to achieve that as such, but you may want to check out that gaps if you're looking at any equities at all, for purposes of correlation or otherwise. In terms of the details for Ethereum, let's take a look at Ethereum. Let's get back over to this, where are we at? And if I can re-explain to myself how I got all of this jet black, I'll be a happy camper. I have no idea how I've done that, but you will agree this looks really nice. This is still TradingView, and I have no idea the buttons that I've pushed to get it to be all black, but it looks great. Normally it's that gray. You guys know, normally it's all gray. We don't like that. That jet black is nice, very nice. Now, looking at Tesla. Let's where are we headed, guys? We're headed towards Ethereum. Let's knock Tesla off the block for a minute, just for a minute. Notice what engaged 20 moving average on the daily was a King Kong short. Very nice. Potentially incoming lower pro line just while we're on it. Okay, we have some moving averages in that cap line again on the daily to look at on Tesla before we say we're just going to dismiss it. We want to know how that correlates with our trades, with our Bitcoin trades, with our crypto trades. Now, taking a look at this. I just, in my personal opinion, you'd be crazy not to want to trade crypto. That's just me, guys. London with Bitcoin spike. So when I say we focus on something, I just, most people will think you're crazy for wanting to trade crypto, but I'll look at everyone with equities and tell them you are crazy for not wanting to trade crypto. So that's what we look for, is that volatility. You guys make your own decision in terms of what all you trade. You know that, please. Kindly requested, mandated, in fact. Okay, take a look at the specific pattern framework on Ethereum. Yes. We have some deviation from a perfect pattern here, that 2100, true or false, hot zone, you got it. Identified yesterday, indeed. Prior lateral pivot to the left, you got it. Take a look at your chart right now. This is the daily. Okay, so the daily, and somehow I have obstructed our, this is interesting. I can't, there we go. It wants to behave now. But this all black is just cool. I like that quite a bit. Take a look at the specific 2100 need for the breakout. You've got some targets to the upside. But yes, we're going to need to power up and through these levels. We've hit a 50% completion on Ethereum. The best component to have brought to you individually would be this specific level here, bam, bam, that specific pattern there. Looking at a move to the upside, downward sloping channel, that bull flag, we were alerted to such in the back. It just caught my eye. Wanted to share it with you. Glad that we did. Any entry, particularly along that 200 weekly moving average, has paid very nicely. On breakout, it's paid very nicely too. Looking at a 13-14% move, not bad. We'll take it up and over, right? Up and over that 200 weekly, looking at a 26% move on that 200 weekly, that critical level that we pay attention to in crypto. Remind yourselves that if you're looking at anything on equities, you're going to have a differentiation in terms of this specific 200 weekly line. Pay attention to such. So the cautionary element of this pattern is not only that a breakout needs to be achieved, and I just tell you, 2100, long over, short under, period. Long over, short under at 2100 on Ethereum. Period. On a market that's open 24/7, 365, big reason why we focus on crypto is the fact that you can adjust and maintain your positions over or under any critical level. It's not that easy in equities. We all know that. It is not that easy on equities, where market closes down and you can blow through a level and get left behind. This level of resistance across the top is going to be of a primary concern for getting up and over this particular 2253 up and above that $2,100 target. I want to say a target, but bullish over, bearish under. Now, Bitcoin's already completed this move. True? Yes. So we're getting to bootstrap in the specifics. I'm going to call this, I'm going to call this right here. This may be a redraw, but I'm going to call this as a mid-level pivot here. In terms of the targets to the upside, these may be, guys, so I may go to the weekly in terms of some additionals, some additional frameworks. I might want to revise these specific patterns. It's a quick draw, or these specific targets. It's a quick draw. Take a look at the following, and I'll probably let you guys go here and I will get in the back after hitting some iron. But let's take a look at the specifics in terms of the percentage probabilities. You've got them with Bukowski, okay? Rely on him. Don't rely on me. Don't rely on yourself. Rely on the empirical data that you have to drive your conditional market participation, be it in anything. That's my recommendation, okay? Rely on the pros. Look at 27% to the upside would be the 50% completion. 2,659, boom. Taking a look at the additional there on beyond to $3,000, $3,100, almost $3,200 Ethereum would be nice. Remember one thing, who called the top? Who called it, guys? Boom, drive the nail in the coffin. We did, I did. Called the top like a champ. You guys got that? That wasn't like a maybe. Well, he kind of mentioned it. No, that was our fifth and final wave. Where did we hit that fifth and final wave? Let's just talk about it. We get to be excited about that. What was that fifth and final wave, right? You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bingo. Top formation. Elliott Wave International. Congratulations to you guys for noticing the tweet. That was a tweet instead of the X now. But appreciate the input when you verified that, validified that call that I made on the top in terms of the fifth wave. You see that ABC aggressive to the downside. That's an aggressive ABC. You know that. So looking at the details, we'll just comment on that. That's part of our track record. You guys know it. So looking at the 2100 Ethereum, bullish up and over, bearish down and under. That's the bottom line. Acquisition potential, sure. Now, Bitcoin's already produced the move up, out, and over of its own curvature and handle. We're going to call this an ascending triangle. All right? To the extent that you have differentiation on your pattern framework and your probability framework, I'm going to just note the target of the 2600, that 2659 as being the primary delegative force there. Now, I've gone all black here, which means I can't tell between the green and the red. So it looks super cool, but I cannot really tell aside from this little dash sign. I don't know how I've done this, guys. It's pretty cool. I was on with a programmer overseas of dev meeting this morning. In terms of some additional features we're looking at incorporating into our own trade game. We hope you guys are developing well in 2023 and beyond. And as I look at the nice feature here, we've lost the red and the green, but it's nice and slick looking. I like that quite a bit. So taking a look at the NASDAQ, unfortunately, guys, on any bull flag, what is everyone just wants to kick everyone wants to kick the screen. Like, come on, you got a perfect bull flag, but what are we doing? Move to the upside, downward sloping channel, giving an opportunity potentially for a reconfirmation hit along preceding resistance. Now, technically looking, aside from the fact that don't just dismiss what you're looking at, the NASDAQ, this is a beautiful bull flag. We want to note anything that could wind up on the cover of a TA book. We're going to pay attention to it, guys. This could be on the cover of a TA book. Preceding the lateral hit to the left, yes. Now it's a slow mover. It's not going crazy. It's not going 15%. It's not going, well, hey, that's nice. Try that on for size for a few hours in your life. Something that moves a little bit slower. Just try it on for size. At the same time, we are wonderfully attracted to anything that moves, i.e. Bitcoin. We like to roll into it, guys. Solana's been hot. You know that as well. Doge, you need to get going somewhere, huh? For the record, I don't trade Doge, but I know a lot of people that do. Level of resistance, some trade it heavily, that's all right. Level of resistance, flipping to support would be a confirmation move that we're looking for, that value orientation. Powell throwing some water on the fire yesterday. Not sure that he's done enough to combat inflation. Well, Mr. Powell, we think you've done more than enough. Congratulations. Let's take a look at the specifics on, let's see what we've got on. Let me take a picture of something very quickly. There we go. Let me take a look at, if we're in acquisition, we took a look at Ethereum. We have upside targets. You've got the over under, the 2100. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Okay. In terms of the process and the flow here, I'm just going to call out 3750, 37,500 rather. 37,500 is the line in the sand. It just is. You guys have been through the targets to the upside. The more proficient that you become in terms of trading over, up and over a level and down and under a level, you're really going to start making, as I would say, you're just going to become more lethal in the market. You just are. In terms of your ability to execute up and over a level, let's just call it 37.4, 37.5, that 38.2. Can you participate long, over, short, under this specific level to participate in any kind of a throwback here? Or do you want to just be told, no, I need to be told it's going to go up or it's going to go down. I need to know it's going to go up or down. As you can continue to enhance your or further your skills, okay, your skill set in terms of operating, guys, ability to negotiate and operate into a level, you're going to explore different tactics and techniques. And as you do explore those techniques and those tactics, and as you further refine your ability to participate in the market, you're just going to be a cut above, guys, the people who show up and want to be told what direction something's going. What's the problem with that? Those people are always looking for someone to tell them what direction something's going. True or false? True. If you're only able to trade in one direction, if you're given a line, pay attention, if you're given a line, say, I understand it's going to be bullish over, bearish under, whether or not it's this specific line, which we drew out, okay, or whether or not it's the specific 200 weekly, pay attention. If you're able to negotiate this up and over, bullish, down and under, bearish. Okay, what if we had a severe SEC Gensler crisis mode and boom to the downside? So I'm going to encourage you that if you find another line in the sand, to go through the practicum and be able to trade something bullish over, bearish under, so that you can participate to the downside, so that when everyone shows up and wants to only know the direction it's going and then they're going to enter their orders in that direction, guys, believe it that the market makers are fully aware of open interest. They're fully aware of the dynamics of everybody looking for the answer in the market. So if a market maker decides to, for his own cause, push down, you want to participate. True? Yes. This worked out very well yesterday. I'll go ahead and say it worked out very well yesterday. Ability to participate down and under. What did we do? We framed back into, we'll just call this preceding flat top resistance. We nailed it. It was nice to have said here, participate short. That was before Powell. So you can say, well, technically this was going to go, technically that was going to go. It was Powell. All right, Powell dumped on the market saying he hasn't done enough for the markets. So that was a nice hit back in a 3 to 4% move. It was, wasn't it? So, but looking at it technically, we also know preceding flat top resistance, ascending line of support, those flat top resistances like to get revisited. They just do. So I'm just going to continue to encourage you to participate and be able to achieve a dynamic wherein you can adjust to price being over or under your threshold. Is it a challenge? Yes. But if you're going otherwise and you're not doing the technicals yourself and you're looking for someone to, if you're looking outside of your own technical expertise for an indication into everyone else in the market, there is a, guys, there is a fire at the end of that hallway. I'm going to tell you, there is a fire at the end of that hallway. And as everybody's going to walk down it, it can get, when it gets hot, guys, I'm just telling you, it can be dangerous. I don't know how the best way to say it. There's a, what would we say? There's, I don't know, guys. I can't come up with a good analogy. I watched too much TV, but too many James Bond movies. But there's just a fire at the end of that hallway. It's like, well, everybody's going this direction. Well, careful. You know, make sure you're able to participate. Make sure now, more than ever, you and your TA is guiding your specific trades. Okay, one of the most attractive elements of publicized trades is what? Well, everybody likes to watch people lose. You got it. Everybody likes to watch and tune in to people who lose. That's the most exciting part. Well, I really just watch them I really just watch such and such so that whoever it is, guys, Jim Cramer on down the list, way down the list. Cramer's gotten he got NVDA right. Hate him for everything else. He nailed NVIDIA. Looking at it, I'm not a fan one way or the other, but people love to watch. They celebrate internally. The small little voice celebrates when someone loses. And so you're really just tuning in not because you need the answer, but because ultimately you want to watch someone lose. If you have that opinion about someone else, do not listen to a thing that they are saying, even to screen it. You're just going to screen it. You have a screening function, this impenetrable screening function, where your trades happen to align with individual X, Y, or Z. Don't do it, guys. There's a fire at the end of that hallway. It's the only way I say it. Maybe too many James Bond movies, but there's a fire at the end of that hallway. Don't go down that direction. Be able to execute into over, under target thresholds that you have and work on your trade game. Bitcoin will, count my words, Bitcoin will provide an opportunity for a discount of what? And hammer everybody who was pointing north. Pay attention. Por favor. Bitcoin will. Okay? Bitcoin will provide a discount of 25 to 30%, period. While we are flying through the moon, Bitcoin will provide a 25 to 30% discount, period. Period. I will stake the reputation of New York Institute of Finance on it, period. I will not make a personal judgment call. I'll invite you to review the New York Institute of Finance, and I'll stake their reputation on it. How about that? And they have a very good reputation. It's where Wall Street traders go to school. It will provide a 25 to 30% discount, period. So you can either go long as you can go long. And you can push and push and push and push and push and go long and miss a 25 to 30% discount. When and if and how it will decide to do. Now we're in a bump and run breakout. Is that what I want to occur? No. Is that clear? Of course. But is it nice to remind everybody? You want to throw a little bump and run here. Lead in, bump, there we go, run. I can redefine that. But I'm just going to remind you that you're going to feel like the king of the market. You're going to feel like the literal king of the market if and when you maintain your discipline, refine your skills, and you're able to participate and you're able to nail. You're the guy, the gal that nailed. You didn't miss it because you're watching someone else's trade and you're so excited about where the price is going and oh my gosh, good gosh. No. You're the trader that nailed the 25 to 30% drop on Bitcoin, the 40% drop on Bitcoin. Does that mean you're not going to participate in the upside? You have got to be crazy. You have got to be crazy. We are long over 37,500. We are short under 37,500. Don't question what just worked out like this. Boom. Just a recommendation. Did you just make money on this move? You better believe it. So add in the additional challenge. Work on your skill set. I want you guys to be the best, period. I literally want you to be the best. Like the best. That's it. That's my only driving force here, period. And I know, guys, that it's not easy, but work on your filter, your blinders, right? The best horses run focused. You got it. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. Let's focus on that 37.5. Let's look at ETH. Long over, short under. Can you trade $2,100 Ethereum long over, short under? Can you enter orders at $2,100 long over, short under? Do you have a carry position? That's fine if you do. Beautiful. Based upon you say, well, I'm just going to cash out of everything. You may have a carry position for daily, weekly, monthly, right? Hey, J-Mac in the house. What's up, J-Mac? Nice to see you, J-Mac. Boom. California in the house. Nice to see you. Venus in the house. Boom. So just take what we have put together over the preceding number of weeks, internalize it. Dare I say, re-listen to a stream or two if you have one marked out, and that one was actually good. They may not all be great, guys, but we're focusing on some trade practicum. I know it costs you money and time. Being long over, short under, long over, short under, long, boom. You got it. There's of course a cost herein, right? And there are also patterns that develop here. There are also expectations that you're going to look at and say, that's almost a broadening bottom, right? And it looks like the overall market's picking up, and okay, now I've got an expectation of leaving this zone. You're going to get it. When you get it, you're going to be dangerous in the markets. I just know this, and I'm excited about that. I say that as what do I say? You're going to be wonderful at what you do in trading in the markets. Sounds better, doesn't it? You're going to be just, guys, you're primed for success. I want it to belong to you, period. That is my goal. Let's achieve that. It's fourth quarter. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Focus. Let's do it. Congratulations to everyone who's trading. Let's take a look real quickly at that market. Again, we're up on Tesla, up on NVDA. Where are we at? We're back into this line on the weekly. Pay attention, weekly topside band. Orders are waiting on the topside band on the weekly. We agree? Yes, indeed. And we're pushing up and over. Remember that 4 hourly? It's paid a bit. Throttling into what? Golden short on NVIDIA. Small moves, but nice break. As we look at the weekly, this is a nice break. We agree? I mean, I just informed everyone in the back. The whole planet is long. It's guys, go run it by your broker, please. The whole planet, if they're not, ask them why. The whole planet is long NVIDIA. True or false? With a what? With a stop loss. True? Yes. It happens to coincide perfectly with what? The hit perfectly on our weekly. I have brokers' numbers. I'll give you their number. You guys go talk to them at Morgan Stanley. Go talk to them at BlackRock. Or where you go talk to them as you need to. But if they weren't long here, I won't put it past them, to be honest. I won't put it past them. Some of them run the offices around here, but I still wouldn't put it past them. But I'm just going to tell you, technically speaking, if you pay attention to the encyclopedias and the books and everything else on TA that are governing, you're long here. You are long here with a stop loss. That's just really simple. It's a really clear breakout. We agree? We concur. All right. Granted, it's a security. We're not a licensed broker, but huff and puff all of the disclaimers out I possibly can. Hey, I'm going to have them neon flashing on the bottom here in a few weeks just to make sure, huh? Just tie up some loose ends, I'll say that. Now, Tesla. So we got the fill, huh? Gap fill to the downside. Caution, use that gap. That's going to be my number one thing for you guys today. Use and become acquainted with that gap fill. Maybe we'll make one for CME gap for Bitcoin. That'd be fantastic. That would be nice to see. Throttling on what on the weekly? We're going to just say we're throttling on Tesla into this green buy line. That's a big deal. That's a big deal on the weekly. We've had that work out very well on NVIDIA. That was such a sweet hit, nice hit. Just technically, appreciating the technical dynamics. And I just tell you with Tesla, it can be like that blackjack table and that dealer that just never wants to deal you a valid card. I've been here for 4 hours. I haven't gotten a blackjack. It can be like that if you're on the wrong side. I'll just say that. And it's really important to interact even, guys, with any level of potentiality that you could even appreciate the technical dynamics of something that just seems brutal. I mean, how would you approach Bitcoin when it gets in a brutal mood? Spend some time and check out Tesla because it gets brutal. It gets brutal. I know all of the wind and the sails right now is in crypto. That's a nice hit on a golden pocket. We agree? Indeed, appears as such. It's a 3.71 hit on Tesla. I'm just going to say you're going to have bragging rights. You just are. If you're going to say, well, we call the bull flag on Tesla, well, we trade it time to time. It's like everybody likes running around in those new roadsters and Cybertrucks, if and when Musk can ever achieve that. Everybody's just talking about those brand new roadsters and Cybertrucks, but it's just not for everybody. It's that brutal level of volatility. It's like that dealer that never wants to give you the right cards. However, what is the approach? Apply this definitely to your altcoins, everything else, but looking at the specifics here, looking at that golden pocket hit, boom, boom. Nice, apply it. We got the quick moves on Tesla that got aggressive to the downside. We got that yesterday on quite a few cryptos. It was a nice day for volatility. So we've got the level 2,100 over, under, bullish over, bearish under, okay, on Ethereum. You can trade it. you can trade it. We have the level 37,500 on Bitcoin. You can trade it. The other stuff, NVDA and Tesla, guys, it's a little more nuanced. The other stuff, we'll just say the specifics for the NASDAQ, which is now pushing back up. Congratulations to anyone who has an entry here and got tested exactly, boom, boom, with that entry. Easy stuff? No. Moving slowly? Sure. Dig into the lower time frames? Indeed. You want to dig into the lower time frames and trade? Hey guys, it's going to bore you to death. The one problem, this is going to literally bore you to death, trading or looking at, even assessing. I'm not going to say, guys, don't trade it. But I say trade Bitcoin, trade Ethereum. But looking at the dynamics here, it can just be a bit dramatically boring to watch something creep along and go 0.79%. We got 0.79%. Just in terms of the feather in your cap, though, this is a pattern that I look forward to hearing from anybody that they traded. If I met some stranger in the gym, be like, yeah, I traded that bull flag. Like, whoa, 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 who's that guy? Who's that guy? Who's that girl? Hey, come here, come here. You traded the bull flag on NASDAQ. Really? Tell me about it. How did it go? Guys, that's our level of interest. We want to know who's trading. We want to know who's approaching pattern dynamics properly in the market. You got it. We celebrate that. We look forward to that. Everything that we do is to try and accomplish the furtherance of technical analysis in any market. That's the bottom line. So looking at that bull flag, can she move north? No one wants to hear this. What's your line in the sand? Preceding pivot. Becomes more difficult on equities. The market's closed. Bullish over, bearish under. True? Yes. Were you able to trade that? In fact, you were. Could you have been surprised to the upside? Yes. Okay? Just as a technical reference so that we understand this process. And within the next 2 months, and it may take some additional practicum, I'm going to tell you, you're going to become extremely proficient in trading something long over, short under, period. You're going to become very proficient at it. And when people start searching for direction and you have a specific line in the sand that you're trading over or under, you're going to start looking at everybody who's pointing up and hyping up or hyping down and flooding around. You're going to start looking at them like, you guys are just all crazy. You're crazy, right? I don't care where you think it's going to go. You know, you're going to have your targets, but you're going to look at people who are trying to project into the markets and get you directionally oriented, and you're going to start saying, well, you know, I've got my level. I don't know what they're talking about. Then you're going to have structured orders that are, guys, hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. And you're going to start saying, this is really cool. This is really good. So I got my flash trades to get that cash in on smaller moves. And can that even cover the chop? Is there an equation in play that could cover the chop here? If I've got some flash trades in this zone to cover the chop on my overall positions and carries that stop out, what are my parameters? What are my threshold parameters for looking up and over, down and under? How fine, let's say, how fine detailed into the process do I need to get if I were to go into, let's say, 15-minute? I mean, how difficult was this to trade up and over, down and under on this 200 weekly? I mean, look at this. Was this easy? Was this easy? What kind of accompanying features might I want and look for? Okay, but how would the equation work? Okay, if I were long up and over on Ethereum and down short down and under, how would my flash trade componentry, my shorter duration hold shorts and my shorter duration longs accommodate the specific cost involved for my carry trades, right? The cost involved in my carry trades going to zero and flushing back out with a stop loss. How would I need to arrange orders in this zone to make this zone profitable in and of itself? How would I incorporate like fire and ice, standard deviations, regressions, etc.? They're not easy questions. I'm going to suggest that they are the right questions. Okay, I'm going to just suggest that they're the right questions, and the fact that they may have a bit of a challenge to them, I'm just going to suggest that those are the types of questions that may not have easy answers or even easy execution in the market, that might be the questions which could seriously benefit your overall return, your return profile. That's what I'm going to suggest. So when we hear something that's more complicated, when it's not just for everybody, I want you to try and pay attention, and it's just the type of group that we have. It's what we love doing. You guys know that. Nice identification on bull flag. You have a reason to pick up in here long? Yeah, you did. Reason to pick up here? Yeah, stop out, okay. You'll find your time frame, you'll find your tactics. We'll go through all of this in additional depth over the incoming number of months. And by the first quarter 2023 or 24, there we go, 2024 first quarter, be prepared. Be prepared for a higher level of operation of you in the market. It's not a motivation speech, guys. It's a fact. It's going to be a fact. If you dedicate yourself to some of these, and you got to go through them, guys. Go and work on execution. You know, with managed futures, who's kicking themselves in some of the managed futures that I brought up? You could have managed into a few that went 100% or this or that. Yeah, but just the practicum, just working in, understanding the dynamics involved, right? Over bullish, under bearish. Yes, you can do it. And I know you're going to do it. It's not a question for me. So it may seem like a motivational hype. It's not. It's me knowing where you're going in terms of your skill set. And it's exciting stuff because not everybody gets there. Not everybody wants to go there. You know that. Not everybody wants to go there. And I know you guys. I know you want to go there. So I know we'll get there. That's the bottom line. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. Way to trade. We're about 40 minutes into the New York Open. And let me get out of here, go hit the iron. I've been up early. Shout out to Chad in UK. Dev partner. Hey, Chad, mathematics pro, mathematic Python dev partner. Nice dev meeting this morning in terms of what we're looking to bring and effectuate in here in fourth quarter 2023 and really beyond to 2024. We have some incredible roadmap projects here at VIP Trader and Bitcoin Spike, looking for a projection of some of these really larger projects, guys, as we advance into machine learning, right? As we advance into some need for some extra computing power. Okay, so that's what we're looking at now, and I'm discussing with Chad in terms of the particulars. Okay, we're looking at some really, really elevated principles of technical analysis incorporated through some higher refined levels of mathematics. Chad is an expert in Python and mathematics. Focused for 3 straight years with no electives or anything else, just at university and specializing in mathematics. I'm excited about the opportunity to work with him. Shout out to Switzerland, our guy in Switzerland. Shout out. Hope everything is going well. I get to shout out also to Ukraine as a dev partner. Maybe a prior dev partner. We'll have to look at that. Maybe a prior dev partner. Switzerland on the map, definitely. As we were to look out and project, just know that we are hard at work. So when I need to go hit the iron in Lucas out in Switzerland, my man, thank you for everything. When we look at and looking forward to getting that next project in, no immediate rush. We want it to be high quality. You know that. Hopefully those prototypes I laid out in terms of the dev framework and foundation are going to yield quite a bit on this specific project. So as we look at things, we don't want to overextend ourselves. That's never the idea. But I'm a big believer in requiring of yourself, both you and me, guys, and I'll just say us. Venus, pleasure to be building with you. You know this. I'm a big believer in requiring yourself and of yourself to reinvest in what you want to be successful in. Technically speaking, we're in a highly proficient technical market. You know that. Extremely technically proficient and is one of the requisites of participating in day trading. So as we look at our future, just require the same of yourself for traders, for VIP. Require the same of yourself. Oh man, I've been wanting that car, that hot car. I'm going to get it. What's your trade setup look like? Make sure you're reinvesting in the proper dynamics. Go get yourself 2 cars. Go plan on getting yourself 2 cars. Make that part of the goal set. Invest in the monitor setups that you want. Invest in the additional technical frameworks that you're lacking, if at all, to the extent that anything is lacking. Build it that way and put 2 cars in the garage if you can. And take the 2 car in the garage approach at least in terms of ensuring that you're investing back into your guys, what's creating the bread and butter, your technicals, right? Your technical framework. Do the same in terms of the skill set application that you're developing. Invest in yourself. Put the time in terms of when we talk about an over-under line on Bitcoin around Ethereum and trading it. Yeah? That's what's going to yield in terms of the reinvestment, that we don't want to overextend ourselves, but just the mentality that we're looking at. We're in it for the long haul, and that's what we what we get to. It suffices to say, but it's not always just understood. And give yourselves that break as well. Right? Look forward to that and all the success that we have in the remainder of fourth quarter. And 2024 is incoming, but let's just knock it out of the park, the residual of this quarter. I'm excited to be here with you guys, to be trading. We will be talking here in a little bit. I'll be in the back. We'll get some more charts. You have your levels on Bitcoin. You have your levels on Ethereum. The rest is kind of like, I'm not going to say entertainment. Nice. We just love the products, NVIDIA and Tesla. I just remind you, all the disclaimers, not a licensed broker, delayed stream, do not live trade, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to plaster it in neon at the bottom of the screen so I don't have to bother you guys with that. But great trading. Let's see Bitcoin get out, up, and over the specific. It's high time, huh? It is high time, huh? To that 37,500. If the volatility hit you a little bit sideways yesterday, just thank Jerome Powell. We appreciate it. It played, his comments yesterday played just like a standard Powell press conference, didn't it? It did, huh? Where were your orders waiting? No one has any idea, do they? No one in this group has any idea. Where were your orders waiting? Right? How many hundreds of times have we seen this, and on what? We've seen it on equities. True. We've seen this hundreds of times, thousands of times. Why do we focus on the market opens? Why have we done that for months? Because it's high time on Bitcoin. We know, breakout. You're trained, guys. You trained yourself on this. True? Yes. Bam, bam. Nicely done. Nicely done. So let's have at it. What is today, guys? It's a VIP weekend. Hold on. It's almost a VIP weekend. I'm legitimately excited. Yes, we've made it to November 10th, and it is almost a VIP weekend. What is going on, guys? Let's get busy. Let's go get it. Let's trade. We'll talk to you soon. This is London. Genuine levels of motivation, just inherently, it's an exciting time, right? Without a doubt. If you're not excited, remember, if you're not excited about this market, you need to check yourself. All right? Oh, you didn't catch the last trade. Oh, the woe is me and the oh no. Guys, this is a good market. It's a good market. Look at this. You don't show me anything that's even plausibly, arguably correlated or reflected of this. You're not going to show me anything and have me say that's not a good market. You're just not. You're not. All right? If the volatility is a little much on Bitcoin, you have, guys, you have 24 hours a day that it's open to sit there and reckon with it technically. All right? To structuring your cash appropriately. You guys tell me how your efforts are going on such. Tell me how your efforts are going in terms of how you're correcting any of these side swipes that Bitcoin may seem to be taking at you. Are you doing your 100 rounds? Are you backing off if need be before raising your margin levels? You making sure you're booking 4 positive trades? How tight are your stop losses? Maybe they're too tight. Okay? If they're too tight and you're getting stocked out of important level considerations, target considerations on macro timeframes, looking at the daily, this is adjusted just a touch. On USDT versus USD, you're going to find a differentiation on our cap line. But if you're going to have a little bit of a push, deal with the wave, deal with the push just a little bit, and it's going to cost you a little bit more money. And you're going to have to balance out whether you're going to pick up more trades. Right? So on these highly critical levels, on the higher time frames that we look at, say a 20 moving average. It could be any moving average combo, right? Let's just say on the monthly. This specific hit here, I wonder who's looking at the monthly standard deviation, the target to the upside. True. Did we technically hit it? What is it at? This is the fly in the ointment, 38,441. Market. Who do you think has orders waiting there? I have no idea who might be looking at the monthly. I will remind you guys that is a VIP weekend. We're excited about that in and of itself. You can see Bitcoin here. We've got our levels on Bitcoin, levels on Ethereum. That's a good thing for the weekend, isn't it? It's just nice to be plugged in, technically speaking. We won't have to worry about Tesla and NVIDIA, though we appreciate the correlatives of NVIDIA without a doubt. I want to shout out to each of you, and I want to encourage you this weekend to plan something fun for yourself, because it's been a good market. You've done well. Plan something nice for yourself and your family, guys, your friends. people who care about you, plan something nice for them this weekend. Not too much to ask. Make sure you treat yourself to something nice this weekend. Blow some steam off in the most productive, positive way that you can. Go hit some iron. Make sure you laugh once or twice this weekend, okay? If you're around with us in the back, maybe I'll try and help that out. Deal? We want to have a good time while the market's doing well. We want to enjoy the market and enjoy our returns from the market. If you had paid attention to me, I love to say this, don't I? No, why? Because if you didn't, it hurts, right? What is our number one watch list? What do we, I always remind you guys of this. Solana. Hey, Solana. Solana's killing it, right? Yes. Is that good? Of course it is. Let's just look at where we're at. We got a little more room with 786, almost the 86, 90% of the way to the $56 range. And what did we do on Solana? You guys know me. I'm a little difficult sometimes, just slightly, right? I'm a little difficult sometimes. Why would that be? Well, because I'm going to just reinforce the same pattern over and over, and I'm going to blame everybody. Never. I'm going to blame nobody. But I'm just going to tell you that you need to be focused on these specific levels of volatility and these patterns called bells. We rock them where? Bam! To the upside. True, yes. True. So, focusing on Solana, focusing on a 117% move, rock the bells. Bam. Apply this to your other trade dynamics right now in terms of the other assets that you're looking at, right? That bell rocked. Are you identifying them? Have you traded 500 of those? Is the reason I say it. Guys, go get it. This is London with Bitcoin Spike and VIP Trader. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for chiming in this morning in the chats. I do appreciate it, guys. To Scotland, to Venus, to JMac. Boom. Let me put Scotland. Nice to have all of you in the house. You guys are killing it. We're doing great this year. We're excited about the residual of this year and next year. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.